welcome back to my channel. So, first of all, I'm going to acknowledge, yes, I'm not really wearing much makeup today. I got my brows done, a little bit of stuff, but really not much of anything. I just finished filming the Dollar Store Makeup Challenge, which if you haven't already seen that video, please go make sure and check that out. And I had to wipe off all of that because I was going to look scary if I wore it in this video. So, that's why I really just didn't do much else. But anyway, today I'm opening another mystery comic book grab bag. So fun for me. The Spider-Man one was so exciting last time, and I was really happily surprised with what I got. So let's open up this Marvel one. Now, with the Spider-Man one, I basically knew what to expect. I knew, okay, it's going to be, sorry, I had to look at something. I knew, okay, it's going to be Spider-Man comics, so that was that. But with Marvel, it's very unexpected. Now, I haven't even seen the first comic. It's still covered up here, as you can see, like that. So I don't know even what that one is. But let's uncover it. Now, before I look at them, this was $10.95, so it was cheaper than the Spider-Man one. However, it came out to $17 because there's a Texas-specific tax if you live in Texas, and then the shipping was $5. So, still a very good deal, I know, because it's 25 to 40 comics. So again, even if each one was $1, you're still getting your money's worth, way more than your money's worth. And the corners come covered as usual, which is really great because, you don't want them to get damaged. So, they say Marvel at the top. The other ones kind of had oh, here you go. These open from the bottom. The Spider-Man ones open from the top. So let me open these up. I call this an unboxing, but it's really like an unbagging. But for title's sake, I will call this an unboxing. And I already am going to, just a disclaimer, I already know that, whoa, this is double wrapped, okay. Just a disclaimer, I already know that a lot of these I'm going to be unfamiliar with, because I read a lot of comics with very specific ones, and I know there's probably going to be a lot of different ones in here. So, let's just count them really fast. 1, 2, 3, I'm not looking at what they are, don't worry. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, these are already facing the other way. Hold on. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I think there's about 30 something here. I couldn't really count them because they're facing different directions, but so there's a good amount. The first one is House of M, the Pulse. Looks like this is Hawkeye in the front. I'm not really too familiar with all the House of M comics, even though I do have a few. I have, I think that's got to be Hawkeye, though. Then we have, I've never seen this one, the all-new, all-different Alpha Flight. This looks recent. Oh, it's 2003. I've never seen this one, though. That's going to be interesting. We've got Earth X. Let's see if we can find a year on here. Let's see, 1999, my birth year. Again, never seen this one. I'll definitely be Googling these and reading them as well. But, yeah. This one is the Pulse. Ooh, we got Spider-Man, and it says Spider-Man, Hero, or Menace. So, that looks actually really interesting. This one looks good. Again, the first one was also the Pulse. So, this one's the Pulse House of M, though. And the other one says the Pulse Thin Air Part 1. So, I've never really heard of those comics like the Pulse. But we'll see. I've got Annihilation, 1 of 6. It says this is a limited series. I'm not going to check the year on all of them, but I'm just curious on a few. So let's see. This one's 2006. Again, never heard of this one. Does look interesting. I can't say too much about the ones I've never heard of. This is another Annihilation one. This is number 1. It's the prologue. So that will go with this one very nicely. and at least it'll give me some kind of an idea of what it's about. This one looks really good. Okay, we've got Thor, the Blood Oath. This is part 3 of 6. It feels very thick compared to most comic books. Like, it does have quite a few pages. Let's see what year this is from. This looks pretty recent, though. 2005. Okay, not as recent as I actually thought, but still pretty recent. That actually looks good. We have got Next Wave, Agents of Hate, and hate is kind of like an acronym, I think, because it's got like the dots in between each letter. And this is number 8. Again, I apologize, but I've never heard of this one. I'll definitely brush up on these and read them and whatnot. Ooh, this one looks good. Winter Soldier number 5. Look at that. This one actually looks really good. This has got to be recent. Let's see, 2012, pretty recent. I mean, sometimes I forget we're in 2019, but let's see. We have got Ghost Rider number 3, and it looks like that's Doctor Strange on the cover with Ghost Rider. Never read the Ghost Rider comics, but I am familiar with the character, so this will be a good one to read. We've got Uncanny X-Men number 434, the Draco part 6. So again, I am familiar with X-Men. Not really a comic I like to read. I don't read much of the X-Men comics. That's clearly Wolverine on the cover. But my friend Ana Marcela does, so I'll have to see from her if she knows if that's like a good one or anything. Then we've got another X-Men. This is number 165, and not much to say about this because, like I said, I don't really read X-Men comics. I have like very specific characters that I read, so I read a lot of the more modern ones, or not modern, but like recent. Ghost Spider, Miles Morales, regular Spider-Man, of course, like Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, all of those. I read the Avengers, the Hulk, or like the Immortal Hulk series right now. I read Miss Marvel. There is a specific, like She-Hulk, there's specific characters that I read, but I'm wanting to read more Marvel comics. So moving on, we have, this is Prince Namor, the Savage Submariner, number 67. This looks pretty classic. I'm gonna look for a year. Hold on, give me a second. This, yeah, 1973. Wow, okay. Wait, hold on. Just kidding. This one's from 2002. Okay, so not that old. I was looking at the wrong thing. So not that old, but it does look very classic. This is Flashback Thunderbolts. I believe this is number 1. The Hordes of Hydra and More. See, this one also looks a little bit older. Let's see. 1997, so a little bit older. It does look more classic comic book cover. And you've got Zemo there. And if you're an MCU fan, you know what movie he's appeared in. We've got Marvel's Most Wanted, Thunderbolts, Match in Prison in Peril. That's what it says on the cover. I don't see it. Oh, number 26. Not familiar with this one either. Looks interesting. I'll have to read that one. Well, I'll have to read all of them. Then we've got Wonder Man number 1, and it says there is a free poster inside, so that's always nice. Again, not even familiar with this character. Let's see what year this is from. Oh, wow, this is from 1991. So some people will think that's really old, some people won't, but it's from before I was born, so do with that information what you will. That looks interesting, though. A lot of these are starting to look more like classic, or like older, if you may. This is Alpha Flight number 85. Again, not familiar with a lot of these older comics. Let's see what year this one's from. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe I won't be able to see. Oh, here we go. I think that's a 9. I want to say 1990. Might be 1980. It's really hard to see that number, but I think it's 1990. So that's a good one. We have got, what is this? Marvel Onslaught Universe. I don't see a number. Maybe it's the first one. The evolution of the Marvel Universe happens here. Okay, this looks really good, guys. This one looks really good. It does feel kind of thick, like it has more pages than most. This has got to be a number 1. It doesn't say, but it says, I mean, yeah, this has got to be a number 1. And on the back, we also have like a really cool cover art or back cover art or whatever. Let's see a year. 1996. Wow, I did not expect that. This looks actually pretty recent. I would have guessed like 2010, 2012. But that one looks so good. That one, actually, I'm really interested in. Oh, okay, what's this? Tales of the Marvels, Wonder Years, book 2 of 2. Look at that. Got, like, you can see on the cover a few characters you're probably familiar with. You got Iron Man, you got Captain America, Thor. That is actually super cool. Oh, look at the back. Okay. That is actually, okay, I get it. So it says, Wonder Man is dead, right? I'm not going to read the whole thing right now. But to me it appears, and it does look like they're at a funeral, that Wonder Man, who I wasn't familiar with, but I did get another comic of here, died, I guess, right before this comic, or I guess in part 1, because it says book 2 of 2. So this looks actually really interesting, and there's so many, like, Marvel heroes there. And also, can we just talk about this, like, cover? That is actually pretty awesome. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, I love this, guys. They gave me part 1 of 2 also. Oh, this is awesome. I love when I can get, like, you know, if it's a part 1 of 5 or 1 of whatever, I love when I can get all of them. This is great that they sent me both. Like, I can read the full story, and if it is worth anything, they're worth more together, which I'm not saying necessarily that they are worth anything. I'm just saying if they are, then that's really cool. Although I would not really want to sell my comics, at least at this point in time. Anyway, we have Wonder Man Dead Again, number 10. So, let's see what year this is from. This is from 1992. Let's see what year this other one is from. This other one does not say. But because this one says dead again, I would guess that maybe he didn't actually die in this other comic over here. Just a guess. Not sure if that's true. Then there's a lot of Wonder Man comics. I wonder, like, if this is like a really popular character or what the story is. I really am curious. So we've got Wonder Man 64-page annual number 2, and this says guest starring the Beast and introducing Hitmaker. This looks like it was maybe a really popular character at that point in time. This is this is from 1993. So that is interesting. I'll have to ask my uncle. My uncle knows a lot about comics. Like, he used to collect them also. He doesn't know, like, a lot about them, but he used to collect them also, so maybe he'll remember this character. Then I have Strange Tales featuring Cloak and Dagger and Doctor Strange, number 5. This one looks actually really interesting. The Return of the New Defenders. Anyone watching Cloak and Dagger right now? I'm actually personally not. I'm actually watching The Runaways. Highly recommend. This is from 1987. Can we just look at these pages in here for a second? Look at that. I like that. Oh yeah, I was saying highly recommend watching Marvel's Runaways. I'm on the 2nd season right now, almost done with it. Then we have Prince Namor, the Submariner, number 8, in the Rage of Battle. I got another one of this comic somewhere in here. This is from am I right? 1968. Wow, this might be the oldest one I've gotten so far in these mystery bags. Again, not familiar with that character, but I will familiarize myself. Although, speaking of familiar characters, I do see a familiar character back here. That's just an ad, though. First of all, this is a very thick book. It says 100-page Monster Thunderbolts, number 39. Ooh, plus, The Criminal Career of Hawkeye, The Power of Iron Man, versus Eric Jostin, Luke Cage, and more. This looks so good. Like, this looks like a big one. Obviously, that's why it's 100 pages. Also, sorry, not over this, it's like one of those Got Milk. What company is that? It's a milk brand. Sorry, I don't remember. But it's like Spider-Man, though. This is such a cute ad. That caught my attention. Usually the ads don't. Then we've got The World's Greatest Comics, Alpha Flight, Deadly Duels, #2, and Dark Deceptions. This looks interesting. I don't recognize anyone, like not even over here. What year is this from? Let's see. 1997. It just gave you like a little like profile of the characters here. So that's helpful for someone like me who's not familiar. And then we've got first issue collector's item. Ooh, I wonder what the value is on this. Like, I never want to sell them. That's not really like my intention for buying. It's just that sometimes you're curious if you have something valuable you want to know, you know? But this is Deathlock, I believe is how you say it. It's like L-O-K, not L-O-C-K, but I would assume that's how you say it. #1. And this is from 1991. I like how that cover, you see how it like kind of shines? That's actually pretty cool. Like that. Then we've got Death's Head Part 4 of 4. The Final Battle. You can see Captain America there on the cover. This looks a little more recent. Just kidding, when I open up the pages, they don't look that recent. What year is this from? Let's see, 1992. Look at that. I like when the pages kind of look, you can tell like how old they are. Oh, look at the back. Got like Scarlet Witch up there. Got a lot going on. Is that She-Hulk down there? No, it might not be. No, I don't think it is, but moving on. I still have quite a few, so sorry if this video is super long. Marvel Comics Justice Like Lightning Thunderbolts #54. Very simple, minimalistic cover art. Kind of can appreciate that at times. Again, not familiar with this, but when you open it up, Captain America's in here. And this is from 2001, so not that old. Even though I was only like, what, 2? Then we've got Power Man and Iron Fist. This is number 90. This is from 1963. Ooh, another old one. The cover art doesn't look super old, though. Sometimes the cover art gives it away, and other times it's like until you open it up and see the actual pages. And then we've got Nth Man, Beyond World War III, #15. Again, not familiar with this. I'm sorry, I wish I was more familiar with some of the older comics or anything like that, but I'm not. This is from 1990. So, oh, this one looks kind of cool. Okay, this is Fantastic Force #1. Ooh, I just like how this cover is. Look at that. Look at that. Do you see the shimmer? Or not shimmer, but like shine. This is from 1994. Love that. Look at that. Moving on. We've got Earth X #12. I feel like I have heard of this before, but I'm not super familiar with it, like I've said. Let's see. 2000. So it was like about 19 years ago. Ooh. Okay. Sorry, there was like tape on one of these and it was kind of messing it up, so I had to get it off. Anyway, moving on. We've got the Secret Defenders #2. Wolverine, Darkhawk, Spider-Woman, Nomad, and Doctor Strange. That looks like a good one. I'm a fan of Spider-Woman, so that's pretty cool. This is from 1993. Looks very cool. Then we've got, ooh, let's see, Thunderbolts #0. It appears this one was free, though. It seems like every time I do these, they do kind of throw in a free comic. This one doesn't look like it was from Free Comic Book Day, but maybe it was like a sample, because since it was #0, so people could like familiarize with themselves with it. I'm not sure, but there's this. And this is from Why didn't I see a year? 1998. Does look more recent though. And then of course we got a Spider-Man ad on the back for Spider-Man. What issue was this? 13 issues on sale beginning October 7th, 1998. Love Spider-Man ads. And last but not least, we have X-51 Machine Man #1. Look at that. Never seen this. This looks quite interesting. I'm getting total Iron Man vibes. I think you can see where I would think that. And this is from what year? I don't think it's going to tell me what year. 1999. So that rounds out the comics from my mystery comic bag, grab bag. These were all Marvel comics. I definitely think I got my money's worth. I got over 30 comics for only like $12. Some of these are quite old and thus, are more rare. Even if they're not valuable in a sense, they're just something that maybe you wouldn't find in your local comic book store all the time, which I think is great. I got a lot of Wonder Man comics. That seemed to be like one of the more popular ones, and overall, I really wasn't familiar with many of these. I did expect maybe like some Spider-Man ones in here or just more recent. I'm actually kind of pleasantly surprised, though, that these are older comics that I'm not just going to go and find in my comic book store or that I might not already have. So that's great, and I'm really pleasantly surprised by this. Not much to say except definitely if you are into comics, if you're into surprises or anything like that, head on over to mycomicbookshop.com. Not sponsored, but I like this grab bag. I like the Spider-Man grab bag. Ooh, and let me show you something. So in addition to having a ridiculously large or like a large stock of comic books that you can choose from to order, they also, and of course the value packs or grab bags, whatever you want to call them, they also have a huge comic book auction weekly, or almost weekly. I don't know if it is actually every week, but pretty much almost every week. And they have, I would say, hundreds of comics that they auction. And I was able to score this one for $35. Sorry, you're getting a huge glare. But it is a 9.8 Generations #1 Miss Marvel and Miss Marvel. You've got Carol Danvers, the original Miss Marvel, who is now known as Captain Marvel up here. And you've got Kamala Khan, the new Miss Marvel. This is from... I'm not sure the year. It is still pretty recent, though. I want to say it's like 2015. And up here, of course, as all graded comics by the CGC, usually have some facts. So it's the first appearance of Night Scream. J. Jonah Jameson, who you would know from Spider-Man, makes an appearance. And then there's also a Peter Parker cameo. So first of all, anything with Peter Parker, sign me up. My favorite is Spider-Man, obviously. And then second of all, I love Miss Marvel, both Miss Marvels, specifically Kamala Khan, though. I cosplayed as her for Comic-Con. And in this particular issue, she actually gets an internship at a magazine called Woman Magazine. I used to write for a magazine called Woman to Woman Magazine, and I've written for several women's magazines. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, I highly do recommend mycomicshop.com for all your comic book orders. They're not ridiculously expensive. Of course, if you're looking for like a rare, high-valued first appearance issue, those are obviously going to be still, a high price. But if you're looking for just a comic book you want to read, maybe something not super rare, you probably will find it for a decent price on there, as well as the auctions and these value packs or grab bags. So yeah, highly recommend them. Also, my mom got me a comic for Christmas from there, and it's a great comic, great condition. It does tell you the condition on there, even if it's not a graded comic. So, yeah, I highly recommend them. Again, not sponsored at all, just a big fan of them. Anyway, comment down below what your favorite comic book character is. If you don't read comic books, comment down below what your favorite Marvel movie is. Make sure you like this video and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a video. Thanks for watching. Bye.